Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 6 of the Coast to Coast podcast slash live. It's your boy, very sad, but also happy, CK.
Mixed emotion day.
Mixed emotion day, man. Mixed emotion day. If it was just a regular Sunday where it wasn't playoffs, I'd be like, whatever. It's okay.
But the P word. He's using it, y'all.
Yeah, but this is for the Saints. This their P word. I ain't using the P word for that other team. I can't put those in the same sentence. I can't do it.
It's weird for the Saints to hear the P word too, because bad memories come with.
We in the P word every single year. Now you could take that out of context all you want, chat. That's up to you. The Saints in the P word every single year. It's just we don't know what to do with it. You could take that out of context too. Go ahead. Oh, God, man. End of an era. But before we get into any of that, shout out to you guys. Sorry about the late start. As you could tell, Saints fan in the morning, I was watching the game. Didn't set up anything before it started. I'm going to be completely real. I had the show ready. I just didn't have the thumbnail, nothing like that ready. So I needed the extra 15 minutes, especially with the ending. But it's your boy CK2K. You know what it is. Or CK whatever now. It's Brandon, I got a new channel. Do you hear about the news?
Yeah. Oh, I'm already subbed. I'm there. I got the notification. Gang.
Still working on the intro, but yeah, we uploading more regularly this week. So I'm just go by CK. CK2K, CK who, CK TV. I'm telling you, man, CK content.
I'm gonna call you Chris. So
my guy. Okay? Yeah, that's fine too. That's fine too. Yeah. But with me is my friend, my homie, my brother Brandon, Wars World. How you doing, bro?
Living, my man, living. I life is good here in LA. As you know, we're riding sky high, and Corona free. So I mean,
amen.
We're doing.
I love that.
Great.
That's right. Corona free. It's over. Yeah, let's just get it out of the way. Just get it out of the way. I know MH had something to say. I saw MH early. Talking about
always had something to say.
MH talking about sorry about the Saints, bro. Thanks, man. Winston is the QB1 now.
I mean, like we were talking about it off air, but I think you really should go after Deshaun, man.
I think we have the assets. Something I can't really say about the Knicks, but the Saints have the assets to go after him. I say we go all in. We got to pay a lot of people anyways. Man, I'm saying we just trade a lot of these pieces, trade picks, get Deshaun
trade
Watson.
Some of the older players that you don't think are going to be, Well, then again, if you do trade all that, you're going to be right back where you are. Or if anything, you're going to be the new Texans.
No, the difference is we actually have an offensive line, and I'm not moving my offensive line. Okay. Deshaun Watson, I don't know if he ever played with the offensive line before.
Clemson. But I mean, I don't know what. It just depends on what the Texans want. I'm sure it's going to be some picks and
definitely picks.
Maybe a player, but
picks, defense. I mean, the Jets. I feel like the Jets also have a good package that they could put together because at least they could probably give them a quarterback as well as some picks. So
you want Sam Darnold?
I don't want Sam Darnold. I'm just saying, at least he's an asset. He's still a young asset. I mean, he probably might not be a starting quarterback superstar that everybody thought, but at the same time, he's still a young asset that who knows, maybe in a different system he could play. I think he would be in a worse system if he goes to the Texans. But, I mean, that's hard to say, though, because he's coming from the Jets. No shade, Jets. No shade.
All shade thrown. That's fine.
No shade. Nah. I still got love for the New York teams, man. It's just, I'm a Saints fan. My path went differently, y'all. I'm sorry. I got love for y'all. But my path went differently. I'm a Saints fan. Who that, baby? End of an era, man. I know this is a basketball show. Some of y'all come in here like, yo, we do not care. Can you talk about James Harden? Can you talk about Kyrie Irving? Can you talk about the Knicks getting a 30-point win today? Oh, I will. But I need to get it all out.
That came out of left field when I got that alert today.
You saw that alert? Crazy. We're going to talk about that in a second.
All right.
Shout out to my man Christian, yo. Christian, my boy. Hope you're feeling better, but my boy in the chat talking about Zoe to NY. Keep the dream alive, brother. Keep the dream alive. All right, I need to I'm getting it all on my chest. I'm sorry for those who are coming in late. Yes, your boy CK2K is a Saints fan. I apologize if I let y'all down. Y'all thinking I was a Giants fan. First of all, if this is your first time finding this out, how long have you been subscribed to the channel? Because this is not new news. Second of all, I'm not apologizing for the fact I'm Saints fan. I love my team. I've been a Saints fan for, 16 years strong.
As long as I've known you.
Yes, sir.
And
17.
Who was the black quarterback again for
Aaron
the
Brooks?
Saints?
That was my guy. That was the reason. Of all players to
Literally.
become a Saints fan, Aaron Brooks, Michael Vick's cousin, and he wasn't even that great when he was on the Saints.
True story.
But that's how I became a Saints fan. That's how I was.
Even when he told me, I asked Chris, like, do you know much about football? He's like, I don't know, but I like the Saints. Now,
Yeah, because I got into football. I literally got into football 8th grade, and then like literally just because of passion and love for the sport, literally learned it along the way. And luckily, my team was bad, so I was learning the team as they continue to get good. So it was like literally like the end of the bad Aints era. And as they were getting good, and I was learning all the players, because now, like, some of my favorite players, that Derry Henderson, Robert Meacham's, my favorite player, Saints player of all time, Marcus Colston. Like, we had all these players that I'm watching them get drafted. We signed Drew Brees, draft Reggie Bush, like, all these players, Pierre Thomas, like, all these guys. And then I was going with it. Tracy Porter, one of my favorite quarterbacks. And then just going back, cornerback, excuse me. We ain't here for that. I'm sorry. It's an emotional time for me right now because it's the end of an era. It's possibly Drew Brees' last game. Bar the situation that had happened, mid quarantine. I have my opinions on that. But as a football player, and regardless, that he still was a very big part of my fandom with the Saints. Unfortunate how it turned the way it turned. Still a little upset and a little bitter about that, but still, as the football player, the guy that I watched for so many years, it hurts. It's a bummer, It's not official, but this could be it, man. So go ahead.
I mean, I don't know if there's anything left in the tank.
He doesn't have anything left today. He has nothing left, bro. He is not living. He needs to be called Drew Flat because there's nothing breezy about his throws anymore, bro. Because there's nothing breezy about his throws at all. Well, just go out like the way I know you, man.
Yeah. Not everybody can be like Tom Brady. So Tom Brady's the GOAT for a reason.
Tom Brady wasn't even that great. We gave Tom Brady the game.
I understand that. But all he needs to do is just be at least a game manager, and their team is more than likely going to win. Yeah. They're at this point right now. They're at that point. They played mediocre all season to get all the kinks out, blah, 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 blah. But now, if he's at the very, very least a game manager, there goes your Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Because Patty's out.
Yep.
I don't know when he's going to be coming back.
I don't know. Anyone knows.
Concussion.
Yep.
Concussion.
Yep.
He got crushed,
I'm sure you know how the NFL works. He's probably gonna be back next week. No doubt about it. But what's good, chat? How you guys doing? Edgar Allan Fro, Aaron Brooks is an underrated Madden go. Aaron Brooks is so much fun to use, man. Especially because everybody was using Michael Vick. People didn't know. Go over to Aaron Brooks, who's doing the same things. Accuracy wasn't quite the same, but shout out to the chat though. First chatter of the day. Going to my man Edgar Allan Fro, first chat of the day, talking about I'm ready like SpongeBob. We have Bailey, MH, Justin, Kenneth Perez, Wars World made his way into the chat, TSH3, Brandon Harris, Anthony 212, IMK Productions. Am I skipping anybody? I don't want to miss anybody. 2K, B Steve. Already got you, Bailey. Karan Williams, my boy Christian Duval already gave you your props. Drizzle. If I'm missing anybody, Oscar. If I'm missing you, appreciate you being in the chat. Those are the early ones I see. Aaron, I see you in there. What's good, everybody? Hope everybody's good. Welcome back to another eepisode of Coast to Coast. As you guys can see by the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about the breaking trade, the blockbuster trade that happened this week. Yeah, the big trade that happened this week that I'm still pissed off about. But we're going to... Huh?
Why are you mad?
We're going to talk about the intricacies of the trade as well as what it means for the Nets and, what happens going forward. And I also want to talk about something that I feel like we're not talking enough about. And as you can see on the thumbnail, talking about Caris LeVert and his situation, it did come out that he would be out indefinitely because there was a mass found on his liver, right? Or kidney. That, he would be missing time for. Everything is saying that he should be okay. Of course, he has to stay away from doing physical activities. He needs to recover. Prayers up to him. Regardless of basketball, never want to see anybody, seriously injured or lose life or anything that could be, worse than what it is. So I'm hoping that he has a speedy recovery, healthy recovery, and he's good. But I also want to talk about the intricacies of that. Is it messy? Should the trade have gone through? This, that, and the third. We're gonna talk all different aspects of that trade. Myself and Brand. We also gonna talk about today's games because even though my Saints lost, Knicks won by 30 against the second place Boston Celtics. Talk about
without Tatum,
huh?
Without Tatum.
If you don't get out of here, bro. They had everybody else, Brandon.
What?
Mr. Jaylen Brown's supposed to be their superstar this year, anyways. He would look like doo-doo.
Jaylen Brown, yes, but you know that they're a lot better when they have both. Am I right? Am I right?
You're right. You're not wrong. But just stop trying to take away my shine, bro. Let us have this. We blew out the Bucks and we blew out the Celtics. The Sixers got away from us. You won this round, Edgar, bro. You won that round.
You still beat a talented team. Don't get me wrong. By 35,
30. I wish it was 35. We're going to talk about that game. The reason why we're going to talk about it because it was on NBA TV. So if you're like me and I don't have MSG Go or MSG at all, you're forced to watch the game on there because you can't watch it on League Pass or wherever else. So that being said, it was a Boston Celtics home game, and my least favorite commentating crew is the Boston Celtics crew. So we're going to break that down, but we got to talk about this James Harden stuff first. We're also going to talk about your Lakers here in a little bit too, Brandon, so stay tuned for that. Nothing bad. We're just going to talk about your Lakers because
that's fine.
Stuff to talk about.
I got time.
I got time. But yeah, I hope everybody's good. Fun times ahead, but we got to start off with this James Harden trade. So we already know it's a few days old. James Harden finally already played his first game. We saw Jared Allen and I can never say dude's name, Taurean Prince. They didn't play, but they were available for the Cleveland game. Actually, it was against the Knicks. The Caris LeVert news is unfortunate. I'm still waiting for Vic to play his first game with the Rockets and so on and so forth. But the big thing that anybody only cares about is the fact that James Harden did play his first game for the Brooklyn Nets. Now, we can break down who got what, money considerations, this, that, and the third. But before we talk about that, let's just talk about face value, what is going on. The Brooklyn Nets have a quote-unquote super team because they have 3 of the best players, top 10 players in the NBA right now on one squad. Knicks had off. I'm just calling it what it is, saying what it is. Obviously, there's a lot of other things I believe about it, but just calling a spade, they got 3 of the best players in the world on the same team. So, Brandon, just keeping it at that, break it down however you want. How do you feel this is going to work for the Brooklyn Nets? Do you think that the fact that they lack depth, do you think that they're going to start to go off and make some cheap signings, like we heard the rumors about Jamal Crawford and stuff like that? You think they're going to do stuff like that to hopefully round out the team? Do you think that there's going to be too much of a headache because of Kyrie Irving's situation? What's your thoughts on Brooklyn and making the trade and what's going to happen for them going forward?
No, that team is going to be good. When you put obviously 3 of the best top 10 players, and some might argue top 5, not me, but some might. That team is all they have to do is figure it out in a couple of games and they'll be all right. Despite coaching and what they have in that department, I just think that dynamic, especially between James Harden and Kevin Durant, being previous teammates back in OKC days,
the relationship
that's only going to help them out. And now I think James can go back into that role of being a point guard, and Kyrie can go back into being that role as a scoring guard, which he never left, but you get what I'm saying. And KD can be that, I'm not going to push, I need the ball all the time, but best believe I can give 30 on any given night. So it's more so of a question of how well is this team going to be coached defensively? Are they going to buy into whatever D'Antoni, Steve Nash, or whoever their coaching staff is, as far as whether their defensive is going to be? And so,
if they have a defense,
if that is the case, I know DeAndre Jordan has been a walking shell of himself, of his former self. So,
they went all in on him by trading away Jared Allen.
Yeah. By the way, Jared Allen, the one that was leading the league in blocks for consecutive years, is that the running meme, or am I late to this?
Oh yeah. You're right. I forgot about that because he's out there this year. Right now it's Miles Turner, and then Mitch is actually right behind him. But yes, there was that stupid meme that I hated because it was just the constant slander between Mitchell Robinson and Jared Allen. It was just funny. But
yeah,
go ahead. Finish.
My fault. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna add anything. I was just talking about this stuff. But yeah, finish what you were saying.
No, I'm excited to see this team. I want to see how well they do. And it's weird that now the NBA is got something to talk about. You know, we was all even all last year, right? And you know, quote unquote ratings were going down. People are not really watching. I'm pretty confident that'll change this year, just because of what happened with this trade. I'm pretty confident that whole narrative is going to change, because now there's a bad guy, there's a villain. Somebody wants to go out there and try and beat him, along with the Lakers, you know, being on top. But it'll be interesting. Be interesting to see.
So there's one thing you said, a lot of things that I typically agree with, but there's one thing you did not mention: the dynamic between the three. You did not say anything about Kyrie Irving. You mentioned the friendship between James Harden and Kevin Durant. But what you think? What do you think about the situation with Kyrie Irving? You think that because the belief around everybody, we're hearing coaches that are, you know, anonymously saying that they think it's not going to work. They think that he's going to be the headache. We're hearing people, commentators, analysts openly saying that they don't think Sean Marks is done. They think that there's going to be a move that's going to include Kyrie Irving, this, that, and the third. Do you think that there is the dynamic between the three of them could possibly erode because of Kyrie Irving, or do you think that people are just overcompensating for
it's up
everything?
to KD. It's entirely up to KD. It doesn't matter necessarily. I mean, it does matter to an extent. I think as an organization, you still gotta, you know, police and govern your players, but ultimately, KD can walk after next season.
Yeah.
So that's arguably the best player in the league. And, you know, you got to have some input. You got to be really close, really tight with KD. Huh?
KD. Oh, I was like, you talking about Kyrie, arguably the best player? No. You're talking about KD.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. You got to be really close and figure out, like, is this what you want to do? Do you want to stick it out with your boy? And do you think you can bring us a title? Because we gave up our future again.
Right.
So can you win with this guy? And they got to have that serious conversation.
They're
going to have to.
There is no can you, is you have to. They went all in because, like you mentioned, they put themselves in that villain spot because they didn't just get three superstars. They got three of the most talked about superstars, from Flat Earth to Snake Cupcake to Mr. Beer Belly James Harden. Boy, like, they got all the guys that are meme worthy, and if they do bad, which a lot of people are expecting, they'll all let the hellfire come to the New Jersey Nets. You know, I'm all here for it. But to add on to what you said, just to take off my Knicks fandom cap off for a second, obviously they do have the personnel to go and get themselves up to one of the top, you know, spaces in the Eastern Conference for sure. Does that mean that they'll make a deep run? I don't think it's as for sure as a lot of people are thinking. I mean, obviously, like you mentioned, you know, they're not deep enough. I do believe that they still need to make some signings. And even if they do make some quick signings, like bringing in players like Jamal Crawford or whoever else they could bring in for cheap, will that be enough? Chemistry problems still going to be a thing. The Lakers, people don't give the Lakers enough credit. And I'm going to give them credit for this right now because we were too busy talking about the Clippers and how they put their team together so fast. And that's the reason why they didn't get anywhere, because they had chemistry problems. Lakers did the same damn thing. But they still managed to get it because not only did they bring in players on cheap contracts, they brought in the right players on cheap contracts that would work well with one another. You know what I'm saying? So the Nets, if they want to be a competitor, if they want to go all in and hope for what this, that, and the third, they need to do that. Do I want them to do that? Of course not, bro. Of course not. Knicks cap back on. I don't want that to happen, and I don't think it's going to happen. But as far as the Kyrie Irving thing, I don't think it's going to be as big as we're all making it out to be. I know, and people are going to hate hearing me say this, but to be honest with you, I think that I don't think there's going to be much drama there. I hope I'm wrong because I'm a Knicks fan, but I really don't think there's going to be drama between the three of them. I think it's going to be something that they're all going to figure out because I think that they are all like-minded people.
They're all going to help each other.
Exactly. A lot. That's what I'm saying. I don't like it, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope that it implodes the way that I've been calling since the beginning of the season, because it was starting to look that way with just Kyrie and KD. But I think with the presence of James Harden, it's going to add some fire for Kyrie Irving, a fire that I don't know how strong it'll be because I still question Kyrie Irving from time to time on, because that dude could be one of the baddest point guards in the league, but he's still, I don't know, I have a problem with that. But anyways, I don't think it's going to be as big of an issue as we all expect it to be. I think that he's going to come back. He's probable for Monday or probable for Tuesday or whatever it is. And then, once they start playing together, we'll see what happens. But do I think they have a championship run? And even if they do go to the championship, I don't think they're winning a championship this year. And I already told you, Brandon, if they do make it to the finals and it's going against you guys, I need a jersey, bro. I'm gonna be the biggest.
I got you. I got extras for you.
I'm gonna be such a big Laker fan. Yeah, I'm gonna be right there with you, bro. I swear on everything. I'm gonna be one of the biggest Laker fans ever if that happens. But
that's fine.
Yeah, like I said,
Knicks Nation, y'all are welcome to become Laker fans too.
Temporary. Just rent it.
No. I know what I said.
I'm not saying. When you guys win a championship, I'm not gonna be sitting there like crying and jumping up for joy. No. I'm gonna be pointing and laughing as the Nets walk off sad. But I'm not gonna be like, Lakers down. No. That's where it cuts off. But I would be like, look at James. Oh no, I ain't gonna be like that. But yeah, let me see what the chat has to say about that as we move forward. CK Twitter game has been MVP level so far. MH, I appreciate it. Yeah, I have too much fun on Twitter. Y'all are hilarious. The response, Twitter is just too much fun. I love Nick's Twitter, man. It's the best. It's the best. I've been a Twitter fiend for forever, as long as Twitter's been a thing. But Nick's Twitter's been easily like my favorite timeline. Nick's Twitter is so much fun. So shout out to you guys. Nets going all in. They sure are. Let's see what happens. Christian said pregame meal Harden.
That was funny when that legitimately,
the side by side.
Yeah,
I gotta find that. I'm gonna put that up. Put that up. What's good, pal? My man said, pal said, talk to me, Karen. Karan.
Why do Knicks fans hate Brooklyn? It's the stupidest thing ever. They've never been good at the same time.
That's the thing, though. Shout out to appreciate the $5, Karan. But that's the thing. We don't want them to be good ever, especially when we're not good. Like, Karan, really, like, think about it. The reason why we hate on them, other than the fact that they came in here trying to take over New York from coming across the bridge from New Jersey, you know what I'm saying? Not only that, but they're trying to come out here and talk about the Brooklyn's real team. And then now in the articles and this, that, and the third, everything is going to be about Brooklyn being better than the Knicks. So obviously, the competition comes out of us, and we have to put the younger brother in their place. It's the same thing as the Clipper-Lakers situation, bro. It's the same thing. The Clippers came in. They didn't live here from jump. I mean, Lakers didn't either, but Lakers at least were here for a bit longer. Clippers came into town talking about like, I want to play basketball here too. Nah, son. I don't care who you bring in here. It's just the younger brother syndrome. But I appreciate the $5.
Earn your stripes.
Earn the stripes, man.
Earn something before you talk about you taking something.
BOT talking about Kuzma jersey CK.
Yes, I am so down. Are you down?
No,
you don't have no choice.
No,
you have
I'm
no
not.
choice.
I will wear an Elmer Fudd, Jared Dudley jersey before I wear a Kyle Kuzma jersey, bro.
Elmer Fudd. So your Alex Caruso, is that what we're wearing?
I'll rock Alex Caruso. You know I'm an Alex Caruso fan. I just hate how the meme took off. I don't like it. Give me a
meme.
Give me a who would I take? Who's even
man's real deal.
This man said, meme, that man for real. What you talking about? Who's a Laker? Who's on the Lake? Who's on that team? Man, just give me a LeBron James jersey and call it a day, bro.
You want McKinney?
Yeah, give me an Alfonso McKinney jersey. Oh my God! Now just give me a LeBron James jersey and call it a day, bro. I don't even know how to put it on. I'll probably just be holding it like this. I won't even be wearing it. I'm just gonna hold it in front of my eyes. I'm like, yeah, go Lakers. I don't think I'm gonna wear it. I can't. I don't know. I really don't know if I can go that far. Maybe I'll wear somebody's Laker hat. I don't know if I can wear a jersey, man.
How about if it's a Kobe then? I mean,
oh yeah, easy. To this day, I want a number 8.
Okay.
All love to 24, but I want a number 8 jersey. I'm saving up. I want to get a number 8
Kobe. It
jersey.
is, my man.
Yeah,
I got you.
That's yeah. That was always my favorite Kobe, so I for sure want number 8. God, that year's coming up fast too. We're not gonna talk about it today. I don't want to talk about it today. Let me see the chat before we move on. If they change their names to New York Nets, would it make a difference? I'm moving off of that one. Philip Walker saying Knicks fan hate Brooklyn fans because of KD. If you look at that's part of it. That's part of it, but the hate was there before KD. KD was just a part of the story. It was before that though.
I still remember the days. Oh, go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
go ahead. The days of what? Talk to me.
You and Carmelo Anthony, and comparing him with who was like the best or second best small forward in the league.
With who?
Remember, it was It was always the talk of Carmelo or Kevin Durant.
That was a conversation, huh?
Yeah, and that's why you always had a disdain for him.
Oh, you're so, bro. I always hated Kevin Durant. Yeah. Now I'm remembering, I really did.
Quite literally.
You know, I forgot about that. I really did. Now that I'm thinking back, he was the reason why the swing through was taken out of the league. What up, Donnie?
Copy Earl the Pearl jersey.
I can't do that though, because he was never on the Lakers. But yeah, Dale bringing back the KD to NY. No, it's deeper than that. Powell Elmer, what Knicks fans had beef for the Nets? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's way before that. Since Jersey. But then they had the nerve, and this man Jay-Z planted them in Brooklyn and bounced. I love Jay-Z, one of my favorite artists, but I hate him for that so much. This man said, "All right, Brooklyn, y'all got a team. It's the Nets, hove," and then bounced like, no, bastard. Anyways,
he so did.
Oh my god! All right, let's move back into. Oh, we got another one. Karan, talk to me. Talk to you, Veronica.
I am Brooklyn raised. It's like having 2 kids. NY is the big one in jail that you don't talk about in public. The younger is the PhD you brag about. IJS.
I hate that analogy so much. Girl, I appreciate the $5. Damn, this man said that Knicks in jail. Are we at least at the end of our sentence? Because I mean, the Knicks turned around a little bit. Karan, are we at the end of our sentence? Oh, we in there for life.
No, y'all got probation right now.
Me and CK have been driving this KD hate train, bro. I forgot it was that deep, man. I softened up with my age. Oscar.
Knicks all day paper stop with this Newark, New Jersey Nets ish. We don't care. Straight up happy birthday to the best coach in NY, Thomas Joseph Thibodeau Jr.
Is Joseph his actual middle name? And is he actually a junior? Yeah, shout out to Tom Thibodeau. That's right. We're gonna talk about that, but we got to talk about what's going on right now with the James Harden stuff, because this next topic, Brandon, I'm really curious to hear your opinion on it.
Yes, sir.
Like I mentioned earlier with Caris LeVert, the trade package, that was originally sent him to Houston, but then got flipped to him going to Indiana for Victor Oladipo, who was also upset or was ready to get out of Indiana. That whole thing, blah 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 blah. But after his physical, it was found out that he had a mass on his kidney. We talked about that earlier. The thing is, though, all that happened, and I hate how it happened under the table and there's not that much information unless you Google it. Like, it wasn't talked about. But under the table, all the Nets did was they paid him some more money. They added some stupid little things that does not affect the Nets at all. They just said, huh? I
was saying the Pacers didn't complain about it enough.
They didn't. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. Like unless they wanted Victor and the Pacers just wanted to split up that bad. I don't understand why, but something about that situation was just messy to me. I didn't like it. I did not like it, especially as something as serious as that. There's no way that it just happened overnight with that trade, because like I mentioned, and let me double check now before I put my foot in my mouth, but
no, I think you're right. Like last time I checked, and when I really remember trades, if they don't pass their physical, trade usually gets voided or whatever the case may be.
For the most part, right?
Yeah, it's feels weird.
It's just I don't like it. Hold on, I'm trying to check and see when's the last game he played.
Yeah,
January 12th.
Every time I think NY coming home, they stab someone in the yard.
See something.
Don't hate Brooklyn, marvel at a competent front office. Hate Dolan, BK won the trade.
He said, this is the greatest comment ever. He said, every time I think New York coming out, they stab someone in the yard. So basically, Con's saying we in there for life. God.
Well.
Whatever. The Pacers are weird for allowing the trade to go through. Exactly, that's my point. But to Brandon's point, before to continue that, before I put my phone in my mouth, I had to double check, and yes, exactly what I thought. Caris LeVert did play right before he got traded, so he was just playing basketball willy nilly. And like I said, there's no way that this match just all of a sudden grew overnight in the trade. The trade happened the 13th, January 13th, if I'm not mistaken. Please, someone fact check me on the date. And he played 26 minutes against the Denver Nuggets in a win, putting up 20 points. Blah blah blah. Who cares? But he played the game before the trade, and then all of a sudden during the physicals, they find out this mass.
So I don't know when physicals are done, if they're like a, half season mark, beginning of the season, whatever the case may be. So they probably already did know about it as far as Brooklyn.
But that's even worse.
It wasn't, nearly as big as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just coming up as minuscule or acute or something that's just not a big deal. And so when they get to that point of, what is this, a quarter point?
Yeah.
Can we,
almost. Yeah, I mean, we can say that. I'm not really, because we're barely in January. The league started 22nd. So no, I can't. I don't know if we can say quarter point yet.
Regardless,
but you know what I mean. Point of view making it so.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
It's a month in,
right.
And now we do another physical, just because either he was with Brooklyn, or because he got traded. So, from that month time, it's possible. I'm not trying to sit here and defend Brooklyn for what they did, And
you're not. What you're saying isn't wrong. Like that could be the case, because we know that they're not taking physicals every single day, like they're taking these COVID tests. But in that same breath, as the Pacers getting that physical, because that's how it goes. That's why, like Kevin Durant even said the night that they played the Knicks, the trade had been talked about, everyone's talking about, but it wasn't officially through, because what do? You wait for the physicals before the trade is officially done. So the physical came back that this was the result. And you mean to tell me the Pacers didn't say anything and be like, okay, we can't do this. And then it goes back to the Rockets. And the Rockets, then they can decide, like, okay, you didn't tell me that he was damaged goods. And some could have happened along the way. But all that happened was the Brooklyn Nets shoveled in just a little bit more money to the Pacers. And it got swept under the rug. And now the Pacers are stuck with nothing. And unfortunate injury with Caris LeVert.
You touched base on it too. Like, both teams were having people that they did not want to be there.
Yeah,
it was not very
Victor
subtle.
Oladipo and James Harden. You're right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it just felt like, all right,
we'll just deal with it.
Let's be happy with what we got.
Right.
We got somebody that's brand new.
Right.
Bring them into our culture.
Right.
And go on from there. We had Vic. We had James. They didn't like it, but we got something new and could build something off of this. So I'll put a little bit more money, like hush money, to be able to say, oh, if the physical doesn't pass, or that's not exactly the person that I wanted and to come back to my team, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Billionaires can do that.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So it's very, it can be viewed as being tacky, but it's the reality of situation. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents, but chat, let me know what y'all think.
You're not wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all. I don't think that you're wrong. I want to read what Powell said. Oh, we got another one. Oh, coming from Dan. Shout out to my brother Daniel.
How they ignored it purposely.
How they ignored it purposely? That they didn't ignore it. They got paid to just not talk about it. Like, I don't know what else. The Nets said, "Here's some money. We he got a what? Oh, dang. So what about like 100,000? Maybe like 15,000? What y'all want us to do
Name
about
your
that?
price.
I mean, we just got James Harden. He just flew in yesterday. Matter of fact, I think he got 13 from Landry Shamet. I don't know if we really want to mess this thing up. So, how about we just give you a few $100s and then it'll be even." No, the Pacers should have said something, but I want to read what Powell said real quick. He said, they said these medical exams are usually once a year or after trades, which is to Brandon's point. The same way how we lowered Bullock's contract after the Lakers traded him to us with the neck injury. Right. And I'm not disagreeing. You're right. Both you and Brandon saying that is 100% correct. But at the same time, the Pacers still got the physical back, and they still have the power to be like, because the trade does not go through until the physicals are passed.
That's like New Orleans could have said no to Brandon Ingram being on
right,
their team.
because exactly.
So
exactly.
I don't know what happened. I still, not that I care much now because we got, the best dynamic duo in the league, but I don't know what went down behind the scenes in order for New Orleans to be like, yeah, we'll take it. No big deal. He just had.
Oh, for New Orleans, I mean, to me that's a bit different because Brandon Ingram. A lot of people were excited about Brandon Ingram. I mean, we knew that the seriousness of the injury, but Brandon Ingram had come back before the trade had gone through. No, or was he still out?
No, it was
during the trade.
It was during the off season. I mean, during the season,
right?
But as soon as the off season, like started playoffs, that's when we found out he's good.
Right,
he's
right,
okay.
Right.
So,
and maybe, but you're probably right because maybe that's the same thing. Because if you talk to a lot of people, and I do like Caris LeVert. I'm sorry. Oh my God, you like a Nets player? I do like Caris LeVert, but in that same breath, I do not think Caris LeVert is this player that people are talking about. Caris LeVert, he's right around the corner. He's right around the corner. He's gonna be that guy. He's right around the corner.
For the Pacers, though, he is like the perfect.
It makes too much sense. Yeah, 100%
fit for them
because they're going to be the team basketball. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, I 100% love it for him on that team. Yeah,
like I'm talking back to Vic year one on the Pacers type of like something along those lines. That team's going to be good.
Yeah.
And my quote unquote cousin TJ Warren.
Your boy, yeah, that's your cousin TJ Warren. Yeah.
They're gonna be a solid team, man. Solid team. I might have to change midway. I'm definitely gonna have to change after seeing all this trades. But yeah, we gonna have to change, bro. I don't know about them Rockets. I don't know.
Oh, you had them in there.
Yeah.
I didn't. I hope I didn't. I'm gonna have to pull up those standings real quick. I hope I didn't have the Rockets in there. I don't remember. I don't think I did. But yeah. Josiah Shiesty, crazy stuff. That's the conversation. I just wanted to bring it. I don't feel like anybody was talking about it, so I just wanted to have that conversation here. Hear what the chat had to say. Hear what you had to say. B War. Audio listeners, please feel free to come to my channel and comment on this VOD, letting me know how you felt while you're listening to it on your car. I'm curious. I just want to know what people are thinking because this is something that's not being talked about. Because like I said, it was swept under the rug. I just don't understand why the Pacers, and maybe it's to what Brandon just finished saying. Maybe it's to the point where it's just like, you know what? The doctors are saying that, this is something that, when, I'm going to say when, I'm not going to say if, because I do, I hope everything goes well, he recovers and everything for Caris LeVert. So I will say when. When this, when he's completely cleared to play basketball again, whether it is, next year or end of the season, whatever it may be, the doctors are saying he'll be able to come back, he'll be able to play basketball, he should be good. So the Pacers are thinking like, well, when he comes back, we got a guy that perfectly fits this team. So we'll just take the bump right now. Pacers are playing pretty well, even when we weren't playing, even without Victor Oladipo. Now without Caris LeVert, we'll just roll the dice and keep it going, and we'll take the money from the Brooklyn Nets. And if that's the case, fine. But I absolutely hate how under the rug this whole thing was. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
It looked shady. But at the same time, I mean, it did happen for New York back in, what, 84? 86? What year was that?
For what, Brandon?
Shady stuff.
For what, Brandon?
To get your top pick,
For what, Brandon?
For
you
your
talking
Patrick.
about the draft pick? For what, Brandon?
Patrick.
Why is that what's being brought? We're talking about trades. There was no physicals allowed. Just because there may or may not have been a freezer involved, that has nothing to do with somebody's health, Brandon.
Dude, that might be the biggest, undercover crime of all time, right?
Why are we bringing this up? Why?
Nobody.
That being said, I hope that this draft is another virtual draft. And I hope that the NBA gets it right this time and they fudge the numbers, man. Just give us number 1, bro. Give us Kate Cunningham and I'll never ask for a draft pick. Let me not say that. Anyways, man. I'm sure B War is just happy as we are that after we watched Boston today. Yeah, I think that was one thing.
Absolutely.
Lakers and Knicks fans came together on that one. I was seeing some people tweeting.
Kumbaya.
Yeah, right. BLT said, "Don't forget about my cousin Miles Turner." Veronica got something to say from Don't Rory. Veronica, take it away.
Longtime Knicks fan so happy we didn't get Kyrie, can you imagine? Richard Jefferson, the biggest hater. The fix is in.
Oh man, he said, yeah, that's a whole thing. I don't want to talk about that anymore because, I would have gambled. I'm gonna be real. I would have gambled for it if it meant we got KD. But yeah, it would have been a headache, man. It would have been a headache, especially with the Knicks. Gosh, but God, I would have. There's things I would do to have had KD on my team, even though I hate him. I would have switched sides real quick if he was wearing the Knicks jersey. I'll tell you that. But that's neither here nor there. He's not here. I can care less. All right, but yeah, I had to talk about it. I was really curious what you guys were thinking about it. If you guys were thinking about it, if you guys realized it, wanted to bring it up. Last but not least, before we move off of this whole trade situation because it happened, we talk about it. We move on. I'm not gonna ask the stupid question, Brandon. Who do you think's the winner of the trade? We're not gonna do that because obviously, I mean, you can talk about this, that, and the third. This, draft picks, this, that, blah, 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 blah. But the question I have is, do you think that all three teams will come out of this trade better than before the trade? It may be not this year, but eventually, because like the Rockets got a bunch of draft picks and Cleveland got a young blah, 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 blah. So do you think each team is going to come out of this draft pick better because of the trade, or do you think some teams are going to be affected negatively?
On paper, I think it all looks well and dandy for everybody, especially Houston. Houston got a lot of their assets back that they shipped out, to help out James Harden. Mm-hmm. And, Indiana still is able to be a playoff contender. And Brooklyn's still keeping that storm as they want to be championship contenders.
Yeah.
So like I said, on paper, it looks all well. We got to wait until we see Caris come back and play. Hopefully he can and be healthy and be the same guy that he is. Mm-hmm. And the Rockets too. Like I wonder if this is just the start of a fire sale. Usually when you traded your superstar player, you don't just bounce back.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
You're not everybody's like Miami Heat.
Or Denver Nuggets. I'm not a fan of the team, but I always give them credit because since that Carmelo Anthony trade, they turned into a completely different identity that worked out in their favor.
Facts. Yep. I actually know who Carmelo Anthony is now. I will acknowledge him. I like Carmelo. I like Carmelo Anthony.
I'm just gonna we're gonna move on past that. I don't want to talk.
You heard it first, coast to coast. All right, Carmelo Anthony is in the building.
After the disrespect this man had for Carmelo Anthony all season last year.
He's got his braids back. He's got the braids back. I know he is. He can play. He can hoop.
We're moving past this. I'm not even acknowledging you right now. We're going to move on to my team, the New York Knicks, because I love asking, because though we are coast to coast, and the reason why the name of the coast, because I'm a Knicks fan, that's one coast, Lakers, other coast. I love the opinion of my co-host Brandon, and we have a conundrum in New York lands right now, and I'm really curious from somebody in the Laker land. Obviously, they really have never been in a situation like this, but still outside looking in, because I know how the waters are in Knicks land, and when I talk about this next subject, all you guys I know it's going to be said in the chat, but I want to hear from an outsider what your thoughts are about what's going on with the Knicks right now, and especially in the Tom Thibodeau-run basketball team. So, before we get into that, let me start off by saying this. The New York Knicks won today's game against the Boston Celtics by 30 points. Big win. Terrible commentating by the Boston Celtics, by Brian Scalabrine or whoever the hell the other guy was. But the Knicks went in there and we blew out the team in Boston in front of nobody because there's no fans in the stand. But regardless of that, we went in there. We had a good game. R.J. Barrett with 19 and 11. Julius Randle had himself 20 and 12. Everybody above 40% from shooting. Well, the important people. Obi Toppin probably had one of his better games. 12 points in 17 minutes. Shot I think 63% from the field, and this is threes included. Emmanuel Quickly, 17 points, 8 assists. So with
I
me,
heard a lot about him,
and that is who I'm talking about, and that is why I want an opinion from you, Brandon, as the Laker fan and as an outsider, because the talk inside the mill, inside the news mill, inside the Knicks mill, is Immanuel Quickley should be the starting point guard. Now, to put some facts to this, to put some context to this, as somebody who I know, you hear about it, but you're not watching Knicks games like that because it's not your team, and that's fine. You might see highlights, but it's not your team. You're not watching the game. So, to add some context to this argument, because you know who our starting point guard is right now, and that is none other than Elf on the Shelf, Elfrid Payton. So just for a quick sample size, now he did have a little stretch of some bad games in this losing streak that we were in. Immanuel Quickley, after starting off the season really well, 22 points in the last in the final preseason game. Then right off the jump, first game of the season before he got hurt, he played well until he got hurt, and then we hadn't seen him for a little bit. Came back a little rusty, blah blah blah. But in the last 3 games, getting his footing back against Brooklyn in a loss. He ended up with 19 points off of 46% shooting, 3 for 6 from the three-point line, -8, 3 assists, a steal, blah, 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 blah. But 19 points, good start coming off the bench in 22 minutes, Brandon. 19 points in 22 minutes. Nice stuff. Next game we played against Cleveland, another loss. But he did put up 23 points off of 53% shooting, 3 for 7 from the three-point line, another, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, a block. He was a plus 14 in a loss. I'm not going to look at Elfrid Payton's stats, but you can do the math from there. Plus 14 in a loss against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'll let you do the math. And then in today's game, had less minutes, but a more productive game. 21 minutes in tonight's game, 17 points, 7 for 12 shooting. That's 58% for my math people. 2 for 4, another 45-plus shooting, 3-point shooting game. 8 assists, a steal, a block, plus 10. Every time he's on the court, the Knicks are a better team. So, Brandon, I'm coming to you as an outsider. Just any basketball team, whoever it is, when you see that the player, especially a younger piece, is outplaying the original starter, unless it's a Russell Westbrook, Kyrie Irving, whatever, unless it's a superstar point guard. If you have Elfrid Payton or somebody of that range starting, and you see your rookie off the bench having back-to-back good games, the team is playing better with them, like I mentioned, plus 14s, plus 10s. When he's out there, the production is high. Do you think, like the rest of the Knicks world, and even of all the trash things that the Celtics broadcast were saying, even they were bought in from just the one game they're watching that he should be starting? Hold on.
Look up a photo of Payton's form. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
We'll get to Payton. But anyways, yeah, so hearing all that, do you think that the Knicks should be making him the starting point guard, or is all this happening because of his role as the backup and it should stay that way? And again, this is just outside looking in. I want to know your opinion on that. Or do you need stats of Elfrid Payton? Let me know. I can give it to you if you need them.
No.
Okay, just let me know. I can bring them up if you need them.
Elfrid Payton, no. Elfrid Payton, like I said, when he was playing like an all-star that game, I'm telling y'all, he's never played like that. Never. Like when he was playing against the Bucks.
Yep.
So I'm honestly not surprised that he's not playing so hot for you guys right now.
At all.
Because I think it was already set in stone that he's not that guy. He's not that guy for anybody's team. When Orlando gives up on you, when Phoenix gives up on you, what other teams did he go to?
Orlando.
New York
I'm sorry, you said Orlando?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Orlando, Phoenix.
Yeah. Okay, then yeah. I don't need 2 years to find out if this guy is if he's my starting point guard or not.
Yeah.
Now, back on to IQ.
Yeah.
I've only seen him briefly.
Got you.
I like what he's brought to the game as far as when he knows when to pass, he knows when to shoot.
Modern NBA point guard.
Yeah. And he's very what's the key word? I can't remember right now, but he's ahead of the game as far as where he is, where people are, where his mind is before the play happens. Mm-hmm. And it's not every day where you're going to see a point guard that's like that. there was one game in particular. I think he took like 3 or 4 floaters in a row.
Yep, today.
And I'm just like, are they going to keep giving it to him? And he just keeps using it. I'm like, okay, no reason to change it or be like, all right, I'm gonna be passive now because I've scored twice. No, I'm gonna just keep on taking what the defense is giving me. Not a lot of point guards. One of my favorite does not do that too well, Lonzo Ball. So for him to be doing that, kudos to him, man. Now, whether he should be starting, just depends on what direction you guys are going.
Yeah.
Are we developing young guys? Are we trying to see what they all would be? Or are we saying, I'm trying to improve his market value so I can get more assets?
Out of Elfrid Payton?
Yes.
I feel like we're hurting
Julius Randle.
Hurting them. Yeah, but at least Julius Randle's giving us something. I think we're hurting Elfrid Payton if that's...
And you know what? It might come that time where you need to have that sit-down conversation with Alfred and be like, yo, I'm going to play you 15 minutes a night, and we're going to see how that goes. Okay? Because right now you
Is that something Tibbs would do?
Probably not.
Yeah.
But, you know, from a guy that's just watching the game every day, I'd probably be like, hey, that guy's playing really well. That guy's not. Should be playing him a little bit more, huh?
Yeah, and that's the thing I have to remember because, you know, I also got to, because I preach patience all the time. I'm a huge component of it because I feel like, especially we're seeing it now, like, you know, one of my favorite Knicks on this team, Kevin Knox. He's the definition of it because had a half and half first season, the first half of the season looking like rookie of the year status to the second half of the season looking like bust status. Then the second year, bad system, used terribly, but just had a bad second year. And now this year, Kevin Knox is just amazing. All Knicks fans again. You know, but that's what happens when you have young players. This kid was drafted barely 19. I wouldn't even say like a full 19. He was drafted when he was 18, turning 19, and now, you know, he's barely about to drink. So I use him as an example because that's the thing I feel like people forget is, you know, it takes time for some of these players like RJ Barrett, like I mentioned, the bust joke. Everybody, there's legit people calling him a bust at 20 years old in his second season because he's not a superstar already. You know what I'm saying? The key thing is patience when it comes to this team. So with that being said, I do understand the argument that maybe it's best for Immanuel Quickley to stay on the bench. I do believe that ultimately, I know it's probably gonna hurt feelings because there's people who are already dubbing him the Knicks' next franchise point guard. Now we need to find him a backup in this, that, and the third. But you know, Knicks fans get very excited about stuff. I've said that I see him more as that Jamal Crawford, Lou Will guy. I think he is a 36 minutes off the bench, first man off the bench, change up the team, change up the energy kind of guy. And that's not a slight. Like, he can still close the game with those kind of minutes. You know what I'm saying? If he's that kind of value, just because he's not starting doesn't mean he takes away value. But because of right now, because we keep putting ourselves in the hole, and I know we're not competing, right now of our options, I feel like he is our best option at the point guard, and I think that he should start. But I don't think he's our franchise point guard. I just don't. Continue.
You talking about IQ?
I mean, quickly, yeah.
I mean, for what you got right now, Chris, how long have we been talking about, man, you should really draft a point guard this year?
Yeah.
Chris, you should really draft a point guard this year. Chris, you should go trade for a point guard this year. Chris, you need to go draft a point guard. Make it happen somehow, some way. Year after year after year.
On the floor
until
laughing.
you establish that point guard position, I don't know where New York is going.
And that's my thing too. I feel like, even though, like I said, I don't feel like he is the point guard of the future, I do think because of that situation, we don't have that choice to, you know, try and just keep trying up. Play your best point guard from the jump and go from there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he ends up being the point guard of the future, but I say put him out there, start him, let him play those big bulk of minutes for the long run, and then, you know, still continue to build the way you build. Like, I still want Lonzo Ball on the team because I want a floor general that's going to help everyone else get better because we have so many offensive guys. Like, I want a point guard that's going to help enhance those guys. Like, Obi Toppin, to me, I feel bad for him because when he's not playing alongside Immanuel Quickley, he's used so poorly, and he looks like, oh no, this guy might not be a good player. But then all of a sudden, Immanuel Quickley's out there and he's cutting and he's being found. He's rolling. He's, you know, picking rolls, picking pops, like all the stuff that makes Obi Toppin who he is you see that with a point guard like that. And that's why I feel like, and that's the reason why I'm so in love with the Lonzo Ball to the Knicks situation, because I want that point guard that's going to enhance the RJ Barretts, the Kevin Knoxes, the this, that. But who am I talking? I don't need to tell that to you because you know just as much as anybody because you're with me on the Lonzo Ball thing. But all that being said, what I'm saying is, because we have been in a situation where we've had all these experiments and none of them working because we never really go in on one. We've never fully said Frank Ntilikina is our starting point guard. Dennis Smith Jr. is our starting point guard. The only time we do that is with Jarrett Jack, Emmanuel Mudiay, Ramon Sessions, now Elfrid Payton. It's never that young guy that shows signs. We never commit on him. And for that reason and that reason alone, I feel like that is why we give Emmanuel quickly that starting spot and let him run it with the team. I think it's just
true? Like,
point my period.
The last young point guard that y'all were trusting was Mark Jackson. Is that true?
Okay, I think that's an exaggeration. We've had some. If I have to actually think about it, the last young point guard. I mean, I wouldn't consider Raymond Felton young. I would say Jeremy Lin. I'm trying to think after that. Young point guard. Jeremy Lin with us was young. Yeah, he was like 24, 23, 24.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think after that, though. It was we had Raymond Felton. No, we never really.
I can't, because Raymond was already, already a 4-year vet.
Yeah. Sorry, you don't know that we had a list of point guards, bro. We had a list of point guards that you like. Who's that? Torrey Murray, Langston Galloway. You know, shout out to Langston Galloway is out there cooking in Phoenix, boy. Yeah, shout out to my boy Langston Galloway, bro. Every time I see him on the stat sheets or on the ticker, I'm like, go Langston. I love Langston Galloway. Sorry, I just had to show love to him. But yeah, we've had a lot of point guards along the way that were not good, bro. But I would say the last young point guard that we actually let go and let be free, I would say is Jeremy Lin. I mean, technically, Emmanuel Mudiay was young, but is he the point guard of the future? Dang, Mark Jackson, that's too far back.
Let's stop right there.
Charlie Ward, I wouldn't say that. That's too far back, too. I don't think so. My man said Jose Calderon, chill out. I'll wait for somebody to say Paolo Prigioni, but Charlie Ward come from Don't Rory.
Charlie Ward.
Stephon Marbury.
Nah, bro. I'm
talking about a point guard y'all drafted or developed in the G League, brought him onto the team. It was all like, you're the starting point.
Then if Jeremy Lin doesn't count, then maybe they're right. Maybe it was like a Stephon Marbury, or we could go all the way back to Charlie Ward or Mark Jackson. My man said Chris Duhon. I don't want to play this game anymore, man. I'm really getting depressed. Like I said, Torrey Murray, and this man Brandon said who, so that's how I know I'm upset. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Shout out to Torrey Murray, bro. I'm so upset that didn't work out. I liked him. 2K used to be so much fun to use, but that's neither here nor there. What?
I see Tony
Douglas. Oh, Tony. That's it. That's what it was, bruh. Mike D'Antoni loved him some Tony Douglas, boy. I will never forget the beginning of that season. Oh, God, which year? It doesn't matter. But I saw Tony Douglas was our starting point guard. I was like, we gonna be 0-82. This is the year. We're going to be 0-82. Oh, my God. We're not playing this game anymore.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Man, who said Tony? Anthony 212.
Yeah,
I love it, man.
Yeah, Anthony said it. Oh, my God. I don't want to play this game anymore, y'all. This is just making me even more depressed. Look, all I'm saying is, yes, we need to stop getting these guards that can do something and not giving them that chance. Like, I hate how we handle Frank Ntilikina. I know people have their opinions on it, whatever, but, I mean, you could probably argue and say Dennis Smith Jr., you could probably make the argument because the minute we traded for him, obviously he was a part of a big trade for Kristaps Porzingis. He was given the keys, and he didn't do anything with them, but we kept giving him the keys to the car. So, I mean, you could... I don't want to talk about this anymore. I don't want to spend no time. This is making me even more depressed. The Knicks won by 30 today. I don't need to talk about the point guards of the past. The point guards that wasn't. I forgot Fred Williams. We ain't talking about that. My man, salute to Subway Tokens. Oh, God. Anyways, we moving on, man. But, yeah, so, Brandon, so you say the Knicks should give him the nod at starting him?
Might as well, man.
Right.
I don't get the whole reasoning. Back when we had D'Lo, I was never understanding why we're playing him 15, 20, 25 minutes a game.
Oh yeah, you guys were LaMelo balling him.
So, yeah,
you guys were LaMelo balling him. That's right.
But we were starting him.
Yeah, Lonzo Ball, that was annoying too. Yeah, yeah, but it was the same thing both of them. Yeah, you started them, but they were playing low minutes, and it was like 2-minute spurts.
The one game where we just unleashed him, it was like 35 minutes against Phoenix. Second game of the season.
Lonzo Ball.
All of a sudden we saw, not to say that Lonzo was going to produce that every single game, but we were able to see what he's capable of.
Yeah.
What he can do.
I got a Lonzo video coming up on CK Hoop. Stay tuned for that, y'all.
Y'all getting a little too excited, man.
It's not a Lonzo to Knicks. It's more of a. Just stay tuned. It's a.
I think we.
I'm
just
trying
need
to play
to
the
come
stat game. What?
I think we need to come to terms of what Lonzo is, man.
What do you think Lonzo is? Did you think Lonzo was a superstar point guard?
I genuinely thought he could.
I thought he could get some all-star nods. I never saw him as a superstar point guard. I saw him as what he is, but I don't think he is yet to be used as what he is. To be completely honest, the only time he came close to that was last year.
It's too late. You already know how fast the NBA moves. It's too late for
you say that. Like you're right. But then also when I think of like how some of these people are like holding hope on Caris LeVert and Julius Randle, because now Julius Randle has a good season at 26. Now we got the Kendrick Perkins of the world talking about, I always believed in Julius Randle. I was just waiting for him to be in the right situation to have a good year. All of a sudden we're hearing stuff like that. So I mean, watch Lonzo be 25, 26 years old, playing with LaMelo or on some team like finally playing with D'Antoni or something like that, and then boom, all of a sudden Lonzo Ball like 20, 10, and 8 like kind of player, like and then my ass gonna be like, I've been trying to tell y'all that I'm gonna be sounding like Kendrick Perkins. But I'm just saying, like in today's day and age, because like I mentioned with the RJ Barretts and stuff like that, the people have such shorter times like thought process, because if you're a top 3 pick, top 5 pick, if you're not doing it right away, then you're a bust. If you ain't doing it in the first 3 years, you're a bust. It doesn't matter if you're only 24 or 20, no, you're a bust. So like I think that's just the landscape of the league. But I mean, we'll see. Look at D'Angelo Russell was another example too.
But he has to have a coach like that.
That's the problem.
D'Lo
Julius Randle did too.
D'Lo, what was Phoenix head coach that became your guys' head coach? That's your favorite coach.
You talking about Mike D'Antoni?
No. The other one.
Oh my God, Hornacek.
Like he has to have one of those coaches where it's literally, all right, my point guards or my offense.
D'Antoni, bro. I'm telling you, it would have been a different.
So you want
story.
him to go to Brooklyn?
I wanted D'Antoni to get high. I wanted the Brooklyn Nets, the Pelicans to hire D'Antoni.
And Zion wanted that. Then they're not helping Zion.
Are you kidding me? If Lonzo is the focus, then Zion, it literally be Steve Nash 2.0. It'd literally be the same thing. Look at Steve Nash's like not percentages, his stats. Like he wasn't averaging like 25, 26 a game. He was like 18, 17. But then Stoudemire was having this year. Sean Marion was this stand-up player. Leandro Barbosa was looking like all-star level. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that would be the same situation if Lonzo Ball was with Mike D'Antoni. We'd be seeing Josh Hart in more conversations and stuff like that. And I don't know that, and that's the reason why I like him so much. Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
No, I'm ready to go, bro. It makes me so mad. Everybody wants scoring point guards. Like, give some love to the ball moving or the playmaking point guard. That's my. It just grinds my gears, man. It just grinds my gears.
You keep telling me that you don't get the who's freaking New Orleans head coach right now?
Stan Van Gundy.
Okay. The more and more I think about it, the more I'm like, this man's been running the same team everywhere, or he's been trying to implement the same team everywhere.
Bingo, the second one.
And when you go back to what it was in Detroit, all right, we got Blake Griffin in the middle,
that was another
we try and put shooters around him.
Yeah.
And then we go back to New Orleans. We got Zion in the middle, and you got your playmaker aka Hidu Turkoglu, but way better in Brandon Ingram, and he's trying to have shooters around him. So it makes sense. I get it. Do I think it will work? Still left to be said. But I see it now more so than I did previously. Like when they first hired, I was like, "The hell does that mean? Why were they bringing him in?" But now I'm just like,
I don't like it, man.
It's weird too.
They got everyone looking like bootleg versions of themselves. When's the last time you seen Zion do a highlight play?
When have I seen BI like show out like he was doing last year?
That's what I'm saying. Like they all look like bootleg versions of themselves over that team. The only player I feel like that really came out and is having a good season is Nickeil Alexander-Walker. But I only think that's just because he's finally getting minutes. I mean, it had to do with the Lonzo injury, but I don't know. I don't like the fit for that team. It took every time they show the stats of last year compared to this year, they a complete dip. You know, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Yeah. But no, I to end that conversation about Lonzo Ball, I never really saw him as a superstar point guard. I know I talk about it like that. It's just because I'm a fan of the kid. But no, I didn't think Lonzo Ball was going to be superstar MVP level point guard. I thought I thought Lonzo would get probably 2, maybe 3 All-Stars under his belt. But again, it depends on situation. And the best example I can use on that is Julius Randle. Like Julius Randle had all of these years where everyone knew him as one thing and one thing only, and that is just a loose bull in the china shop. That's all anybody knew Julius Randle was. And now all of a sudden, like the seed was planted a little bit by David Fizz. I'm gonna give him a little bit of credit. He didn't handle it right, but the seed was planted a little bit that Julius Randle could be a ball moving forward. Like he has some ability of being able to make the pass. My light just went. I apologize. I'm a little dark. It's okay. But yeah. And then now I feel like Thibodeau has utilized that better. I mean, I don't feel like Randle has been really doing that as much lately in the last few games. But for the most part, Julius Randle is playing a lot more of a complete game now than I've ever seen in the entirety of his career. And it's actually resorting in good basketball, because people can say in New Orleans, but that wasn't good basketball when he was there in New Orleans. He was having good stats, but there wasn't amount to much of anything. The Knicks were 6-8 right now. I couldn't tell you the last time Knicks started the season at 6-8. Maybe
in a while.
It's been a long time. You know what I mean? I think almost like 7, 6, 8 years. I don't know. Yeah, obviously situations are big for, but that's just the game. That's just the NBA. It might not ever happen for Lonzo Ball. I mean, he might never be put in a situation where you will ever see the strength to his game. That just might be the case. It'll be upsetting, but it could be the case. It could happen. But
unless
we'll see.
Never lost becomes the NBA coach.
We'll see. No, God. Look, I love Lonzo. I love LaMelo Ball, and I'm cool with LeVar, but I don't even want that. I'll be here for the memes, but realistically, I do not want that. Oh God, we don't need that. But yeah. I thought Lonzo would be a Rondo coming out. I think that's a close comparison. I don't think it's that far off from some of the other. I don't know, but we'll see. I mean, again, same thing I said about everybody else. The dude is barely 22. Like, come on, man, give him some time. Anyways, how did we get here? I don't know, but we're here now and we're getting off of it. But shout out to them. I'm reading the chat real quick before we move on. Ramil said that he should be a calm 17, 9, and 6 type of player if only D'Antoni can get his hands on him. I think so. BLT is saying Zoe got to be able to shoot under D'Antoni. I think he got to be able to shoot. The difference is between this year and last year is the shots were way more fluid and in the game, rather than now they just have him being this spot up. That's not his game. He's not, I understand that he's open. You probably should make your shots. Fine, that's a good conversation. But at the same time, like, he's not a 3-and-D spot up kind of player. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't understand what Van Gundy's trying to do with him. And it's not even just him. Like, Brandon just mentioned it. Like, Brandon Ingram, who was having some great games last year, and mind you, he did have a good game in Christmas, and I can't remember the other game he had. But outside of that, Brandon Ingram was out here just skating on 20, 19, maybe a 22, maybe a 25 here. I don't know, bro. But let me know your thoughts here, comments, and we'll move off of that for now. Yeah. So we talked about the Knicks and Emmanuel quickly. Oh, I wanted to come to your Lakers. We're gonna talk about some Lakers news here real quick as we move on over to the West Coast, the Lakers coast. First and foremost,
my time to shine. What's up, chat?
Brandon's like, and here we go. First and foremost, the buzz and the same conversation is still going around. You guys are 11-3. You guys are doing good, playing good basketball. It looks like you guys have continuity all over again. LeBron James is playing like he's still LeBron James, like nothing has changed. But the conversation to me, I still find funny, even though, I'm all bored of it because, I'm not a fan of him. But the conversation is still, what do we do with Kyle Kuzma? Now, I'm bringing up Kyle Kuzma's stats here. And while I do that as a Laker fan, as someone who watches the Laker games religiously, regularly, every day, thoughts on Kyle Kuzma?
What about him?
Thoughts on Kyle Kuzma?
What's Kyle not doing? Because I like what Kyle's doing right now. This boy, when he gets a wide open look, he's splashing it. Not
Is he
cash, splashing it. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yes. He for shizzle is.
I'm looking at his stats right now.
No, look at him.
Okay.
Look at him.
The Pelicans game was pretty nice. 3 for 10. But he may have been
Just
3 for 10. He may have been 3 for 10, but he was 3 from 4 to 3. I'll give him his credit there.
That's all I care about.
13 boards.
That's all
13 boards.
I need him. That's all I need him to do. When you have a wide open 3-point shot, just make it. Just make it. The layups, everything, should have made it. But you know what? If you made a wide open 3, Bron's happy. Anthony Davis is happy. Dennis Schroeder is happy. The GOAT Alex Caruso is happy. Well, let's go down the line. KCP Kenny, he's happy. All right. So that's all that matters to me right now about Kyle Kuzma. All right. Anyways, go on. Sorry, my bad.
No, I was giving you the floor. I was just curious because, like I said, the conversation there is that people are still trying to get him out of there, trying to move on from him. And what's funny? We were talking about Lonzo. His buddy Lonzo Ball over there got better stats than Kyle Kuzma. How does that make you feel? The time splits are about the same.
Kyle Kuzma is not my starting point guard.
But I'm literally just stirring the pot. That was literally just for me. I know that doesn't mean a damn thing. Who cares? Like, there's no correlation there at all. I just had to bring it up. But no, this was not supposed to be about Kyle Kuzma. I just had to ask. The minute we talk about the Lakers, I have to talk about my favorite player on the team, and that is none other than Kyle Kuzma. But realistically, though, talking about the Lakers, the reason why I talk about the Lakers is because I'm talking about the Western Conference as a whole. There's a lot of teams that are very misplaced right now in standings. We did talk about standings in last week's show. Let me pull them up real quick. The Nuggets are still climbing to get back to where they normally are. Right now the Jazz are the second best team in the West right now. Looking at right now. So the Mavericks are having a rough time. They're 6-6 after another loss today. Grizzlies having a rough time. They just got Ja back. Thunder looking like how they're looking. Nuggets are 6-7, a game ahead of the Knicks. I had to bring that up. But yeah, teams like the Rockets, Pelicans, Kings, like teams that were in that mix last year are struggling. Warriors making a good climb. All that being said, with all that being brought up, the Lakers looking like they never left. They looking like the number one team.
So didn't.
See, I don't know why I brought this up, but I just realistically, because I do want to talk about, because they are the best team in basketball right now. So I had to give them some love because this is coast to coast. We were talking about the Knicks' happiness just now, so I gotta give some love to the Lakers on that. But that being said, does that have to do a lot of the fact, because like I mentioned, LeBron James is playing a lot. If not, he's playing all his games. I'm looking at it right now. LeBron James ain't missing no games. So do you think that has to do with the fact that these guys are hungry to get that back-to-back? Do you think that has to do with the fact that the Lakers are just, it's just because they got LeBron James and Anthony Davis? What is the reason that the Lakers are the best team in the league right now? Is it just because they just are built different? What is it? Talk to me, Brandon. I'm giving you the floor, bro.
Name a reason, Chris. Name a reason.
Brandon, you have gone
already.
You have gone 9 games, and I still have yet to see one Laker game, bro. I have not seen one Laker game yet, bro.
The sun is rising. That's the reason why the Lakers are winning.
The sun is rising.
Night, the moon is also rising at night.
I'm sorry, chat. I apologize. This is on me. I didn't realize what I did when I started this. This is on me. This is on me, bro. I'm sorry, chat. Go ahead, Brandon. Let me get my damn battery. Go ahead. If he says something ignorant, get him in the chat. Go ahead. Brandon.
I just look at who we have as our 1A and 1B. We got 2 of the best top 5 players in the league. And not to mention we got a bunch of players that understand their role or getting used to their role. And we're just executing. And to think we haven't even played our best game yet. Like that's what's scary to me because I'm like, man, I don't think we look good on defense. Obviously, when we
sorry, last part. Who do you think's not even good on defense?
Our team. I don't even think we've looked good on defense.
This man, boy, he pulling that we ain't even on our final form yet.
We're not. Right now we're in Frieza form 2. Okay.
Hey, form 2 Frieza is the best Frieza.
Have you not seen Golden Frieza?
No, I know.
Come on.
I hate little baby brother final form Frieza. Sorry, this is a conversation for another day. He just especially with how King. No, sorry, we about to go in about Dragon Ball Z. Like, look how cool it looks. Like they had to get. Continue. Just talk about your.
I think we brought in Dragon Ball because of Shruda time.
It's Shruda time. Yes, we need to get that sound effect. We need to get that sound effect. I need to get it and download it and put it on here. Oh my god.
Like our rotations are okay, and I think a lot of it also has to attribute to we haven't played some of the upper echelons of the team. I think the competition that the most competition we've had was the Clippers game 1, and then we thought the Rockets would be a lot tougher challenge. Man, come to tell you, when we went out there, spanked them both times at their place. Spurs gave up a bigger fight than what they did.
Yeah.
So it's
because the Spurs are still the Spurs. Yes. Oh, that's another one, bro. I'm sorry. I got to show love to another player that I love in this league. Keldon Johnson. Brandon, you were there with me in Summer League. I was talking about him. And when he didn't play the one Spurs game we had to watch before the Knicks or the Lakers, I don't remember who we were watching for. I was so mad. I've been a Keldon Johnson fan. I love that kid, and I'm so glad that Popovich is out there giving him some playing time, and he is doing work with it. And he's from Kentucky, Knicks fans. That means we got a chance. He went to Kentucky, so stay tuned. In 2-3 years, stay tuned. All right. Sorry, I had to show some love to Keldon Johnson. Sorry, you talked about Spurs. Go ahead. Sorry, go back.
But as we get on to later portion of our season, we got the Warriors up next. I think we got the Mavericks again pretty soon. I know we're done with the Spurs. We obviously got some more games with the Trailblazers.
Mm-hmm.
So our schedule is starting to be less favorable in the sense of this is an easy game. Even if the Lakers show up late, we're still winning this game. I do believe there is some holes. I do believe that our team still needs to improve in the fact of our defense. We need some rim protection bad. When Marcus All gets out there, and even sometimes when he is there, it's just like, guards look at that and be like, okay, here's the layup,
Mm-hmm.
So there's some concern here and there, but overall, my team is just the best. I don't know how else to put it out there. So, the Sixers, bring it on.
Where's my? Oh, here.
Boston, bring it on. Clippers, man. We've been waiting the whole year, so y'all owe us on top of rent. So bring it. Suns, come on. Jazz, child's play. Not Warriors. Nuggets. If y'all want the rerun, let's get it. Mavericks. Y'all don't want the smoke.
I'm cutting you off. I'm not gonna let you just talk about the entire league. And in March we got the Knicks. Knicks, you want it? By then you're gonna be trash. Come get it. Like, I'm not gonna let you sit here and just go through everything. All right, Brandon. Okay, I need to get your update because, like I said, I've not watched the Laker game. But the reason why I haven't watched the Laker game is because I can't. It's blacked out. So I don't have any source. I don't have an illegal streaming source because NBA.
But you're in New York.
Because CK2K watches the basketball legally on League Pass. I paid for League Pass and I watch it legally on League Pass. NBA. Not streaming services over here, not CK2K.
I'll DM you. I got you.
And you know what I'll do? I will report that DM because NBA, I watch these games legally. League Pass. Look me up in the system. You will see my email in League Pass, okay? Nothing illegal over here. All right, let's make sure that got out. I just want people to know. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble.
We'll edit out what I said.
No, we'll keep it in so they get you. Anyways, all right, so Brandon, before we get out of here, I want to end off this show with a new segment that I'm going to be completely real. I need to find a new name. But I love the concept of it, and I'm stealing from Jacoby and Jalen. I love this concept. We're gonna find a different name, and I'm not doing the same stories that they do, but it's they call it was it something Pump the Brakes or something? I can't remember what they call it. I don't watch Jalen Jacoby like that, but basically what's gonna happen is I have a line of some storylines that might be drama, that might be interesting, that might be newsworthy, that might be rumor, and I'm gonna read you the headline. And you're going to either stop the brakes and we'll elaborate on it more, or we can move on past it and go on to the next one, okay? Simple enough, right? Yeah, I love this concept. But before we do that, let me check the chat real quick. I want to see what they're talking about. They're talking about, Crystal say use a VPN. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't need a VPN when I'm using... Oh, because you're saying to switch. There's the problem. Here's the problem. I know what you're saying. So I used to have Sling, right? But Sling is trash. Hot garbage. And I moved over to YouTube TV. YouTube TV says no, we don't do that VPN BS. You either stay from your region or don't watch YouTube TV. That's what I used to do to watch Laker games. But luckily I don't care enough, so it's okay. So I got Brandon to tell me what to do, so it's all good. All right, we still need one more rim protector though. Talking about the Lakers, we're done talking about the Lakers. All right.
I like it.
Just kidding. Dallas, Minnesota, Spurs, Chicago. Yeah, it was BLT. Chicago, Houston, OKC, a very easy schedule. Oh, man. Yeah, look at y'all just going in. All right, so pretty much all cut up. All right, here we go. So we start off with the first one, Brandon Warren. So it's up to you to pump the brakes. We talk about it, or we keep it going. Brandon, very first one. And then you're probably not going to care enough, but just remember who might be involved. But we'll start off with 3 trade scenarios for the Boston Celtics before the trade deadline. Are we going to move past this one, or are we going to pump the brakes?
What are these 3 trade scenarios?
If you want to pump the brakes and go through them, they're not
Pump
great.
the brakes.
Pump the brakes. All right, I need a sound effect. All right, we pump the brakes and we're watching. So, luckily, this one's not Bleacher Report, and you know that there are... Yeah, Bleacher Report comes up with some of the most wild trade scenarios. This one's coming from NBA Analyst Network. Ever heard of it? Neither have I. But shout out to Brett Siegel, who came up with these random trade scenarios for the Boston Celtics. And I saw these, and I was just like, what? So I want to hear your opinion on this, and as well as the chat. And who cares about the Celtics, right? But we just got... Who doesn't like talking about a good, bad trade scenario, right? Okay, so here we go. First one, trade scenario number 3 would be with the Detroit Pistons, where the Celtics would receive Blake Griffin, the Pistons 2024...
Pump the brakes. Stop. Nope.
So you want to move past it? You don't want to talk about this one?
Move past it.
All right, got you. Pump the brakes means we stopping and talking about it. All right, so after business. All right, scenario number 2 is with the Indiana Pacers. You a little curious?
Yeah. Pump the brakes.
All right. Trade scenario number 2 with the Indiana Pacers would be the Boston Celtics receiving Miles Turner, Dougie McDermott, Jeremy Lamb, and the Utah Jazz 2021 second-round pick. And the Pacers would be giving, the Celtics would be giving up to the Pacers Kemba Walker and Javonte Green, because that's what the Celtics are going to do. Do you think that this is the package that leads Kemba Walker out? Do you think that the Celtics are really done with Kemba Walker, even though he had a bad ending in the bubble? Do you think the Celtics are looking to trade him? It's too soon, right?
I don't. I feel like if anything, if they are going to move off of him, it will be next year, not this year.
Right. Yeah. Give him another. Yeah. I agree. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Before because that's how Danny Ainge does not pull. He doesn't make trades like that.
No.
So if he were to try and do something like it won't be till next year, and even then, Pacers got to give up more picks for him to be enticed. So. Yeah, I'm. What was the other one?
We didn't talk about it. We didn't want to talk about it, so we didn't talk about it. No.
Yeah, what's the phrase?
I don't know. It's pump the brakes, or I don't know. We got title pending.
Yeah.
We'll work on it. But let me see what the chat's saying. FBI open up, Brandon. Knicks always on MSG, so that's all I need. That's what I'm talking about, March. Hit the gas. No cousin of mine will be a Celtic. Hit the gas. There it is. Pump the brakes. Hit the gas. There it is. BLT. There it is. Facts, BLT. Give Miles Turner to the Knicks for bullet. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, he didn't want to hear none of that either. All right. So, and then the last trade scenario by Mr. What was his name? Brett Siegel. The last trade scenario is with none other than The Orlando Magic, nothing special. You want to pump the brakes or hit the gas?
Let's hit the gas.
Yeah,
Let's
it wasn't in. Oh, you want to hear it?
Let's hear it.
You need to understand. Hit the gas. Okay, we'll put it like this, Brandon. We in the car. You know, we rolling down the street. You know, having a good time. Like, listen to music. This is cool. And then we see this bad honey on the side. We just look out like, oh my gosh. So Brandon, if I tell you, yo, should I slow down and should we holler at her or hit the gas and go past her? Okay, you understand? You understand?
Pump the brakes.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Got it. All right. So the honey is the rumor. Okay, so if I read you a headline, you either pumping the brakes to holler at homegirl or hitting the gas because she real busted when she turned around. You saw her. You saw all the pimples and the boils and stuff. We don't want parts of that. All right, cool. Okay. So you want to pump the brakes on the Orlando Magic? All right.
Pump the brakes.
Boston Celtics would receive Aaron Gordon, Evan Fournier, the Magic's 2021 first round pick, as well as the 2023 second round pick, excuse me. And then the Magic would again be giving up Kemba Walker and just their second round pick for this year. So basically the Magic would be getting Aaron Gordon and Evan Fournier for Kemba Walker. Stupid, right?
We fast forward.
Why would the Magic do
that now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why would the Magic do that? I don't understand why the Magic would do that. They're already locked jam at point guard. They got literally every point guard of every size that does everything different. Markelle Fultz, Cole Anthony.
Another wing.
It's just it's a stupid trade. I don't know. Come on, Brett. That's your number one. That's his number one scenario. I just want to mention, Chad. This man, he wanted to slow down and talk to this hunt. Like I want to talk to her.
Look. I thought they were.
I wouldn't have talked to her.
The center.
Oh, Vucevic.
Vucevic. That's why I looked.
Well, that's your fault. You looked and then you turned around and ended up being a dude. That's what you get. That's what happens. I didn't tell you as we cruising down the streets in Atlanta, so you gotta be careful who you looking at, bro. You gotta be careful who you looking at. All right, Brandon.
You didn't tell me we was in Brazil, okay? All right. I thought we were literally down the streets.
Anyways, on to the next rumor. So we're done with the trade scenarios. That's done. So we're on to the next rumor. Brandon, you want to hit the brakes or pump the gas on this one? This rumor is, or this article is, excuse me. This Nets and Pelicans trade pairs Kyrie Irving with Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. Do you want to pump the brakes on this or you want to hit the gas?
We leaving.
You don't want to hear the trade scenario?
No.
Dang!
Why? What?
Okay.
Why?
All right. Okay. We don't have to. We're gonna
match. We're gonna match Kevin Durant 2.0 and Kevin Durant present day together for what?
How do you know that's what's said? There was 3 trade scenarios. You don't know if Kevin Durant was part of it. All right, we moving past it. All right, you heard it here first. Brandon don't give a damn how Kyrie Irving gets to the Pelicans. All right, shout out to Greg Patutu. All right, moving on to the next article. Moving on to the next article. Moving on to it's written by none other than the homie himself, Brett Siegel. Shout out to Brett Siegel in the chat. This man wrote out 3 trade scenarios for the New York Knicks before the deadline. You pumping the brakes? We're moving on past these stupid trade scenarios.
Let's pump the brakes.
Oh, you bastard! All right, okay. So then we're gonna hear scenario number 1 and let us know. Scenario number 1 would be with the Detroit Pistons. Do you want to know who it is, or we just move past it?
If it's for hot damn Blake Griffin, I'm gonna be pissed.
It's up to you, bro.
All right, let's pump the brakes.
Pump the brakes. All right, the Detroit Pistons would receive. Oh, I want this deal. I'm with this. I like this. The Pistons would receive Dennis Smith Jr. and no, I don't like it. Oh, top 5. Yeah. Okay. This the Knicks. Okay, I'm cool with this. The Pistons would receive Dennis Smith Jr. and a 2023 first round pick, but top 5 protected. And the Knicks would receive Derrick Rose and the Toronto Raptors 2021 second round pick. I love it, but let's be real. The Pistons hanging up the phone on that deal. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Why would they do that? Brett.
Instantly.
It's Brett.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Mr. Siegel.
Are they drunk?
Brett Siegel. Look, don't
no.
All right, hold on. Don't disrespect Brett.
Not Brett. No.
This is Brett.
I'm talking about Detroit if they do that.
Oh yeah, well
not Brett.
No,
I'm sorry, Brett. I'm not talking about you. I'm
about to say, don't you come in here disrespect my man Brett. Brett out here giving this content, bro.
We ain't never met, bro, but I already like you because like we cool. That's just how it is with me. Anyways, Detroit.
Brett, Brett Siegel, love your work, bro. Love your work, Brett Siegel. Only read 2 of your articles, but I love your work, bro. All right.
Detroit's drunk.
Drunk, yeah. Okay, here we go. Edgar Allan Fro. This one's for you, but it's up to Brandon if you want to hear it or not. Trade scenario number 2 would be with the Philadelphia 76ers. Do you want to hear this one?
Oh, yeah. Just to troll.
Just for Edgar, right?
Yeah.
Well, to be real with you, I think Edgar would be a fan of this one. So I also want to see Edgar's response to this. So listen up, Edgar Allan Fro.
Getting rid of Ben Simmons.
No, God, man, I would be all for that. But anyways, it would be the New York Knicks would receive Tobias Harris and the 2021 second-round pick via the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers would receive Julius Randle, Frank Ntilikina, Austin Rivers, and the 2023 first-round pick, lottery protected. The Knicks would be drunk to make this deal.
So what would the Knicks get?
The Knicks are just getting Tobias Harris and a second-round pick in this draft. For Julius Randle, Frank Ntilikina, Austin Rivers, and a protected 2023 draft pick.
I don't like this trade for either one of them.
I would like it as a Sixer fan.
Why?
Because they get Julius Randle out of the Knicks. All right, we moving on, man. I don't want to talk about this anymore. This is so dumb. This one's so dumb. Edgar said, hit the gas. Sixers doing that ASAP. I'm saying. The Sixers would do that in a heartbeat, bro. All right, last.
Is he really that bad? Harris?
According to he was player of the week last week, but according to Sixers fans, they're not fans of him, bro.
As much as Julius has been hooping this year,
Uh-huh.
I'm not making that trade, bro. I'm really not.
I don't want to make that trade either.
I mean, yeah, as a Knicks fan, I feel like you're on the up because you got Tobias Harris.
Well,
I will always view Tobias Harris being a better player than Julius Randle.
See, that's haterade right there. See, this is why I knew I shouldn't have played this game with you. Anyways,
Ow.
Moving on. We have two more left. This last one comes from the Dallas Mavericks, and it's a video, Brandon. Luka Doncic is upset after Dallas Mavericks failed to call a timeout late and lost to the Milwaukee Bucks. Do we pump the brakes or we drive on past it?
Drive on past this.
You don't want to watch it?
I mean, I'm gonna be delayed and not hearing the audio.
So he's like, for me personally, I don't want to see this crap. All right, no, this is what we could. What I need to be doing, because we're doing this on Discord. I need to be live streaming on Discord. So that's what I'm gonna do. I got you, Brandon. So wait, but only if you want to pump the brakes. Do you care enough about this?
I didn't read too much into it. Like,
you heard about
wants
this?
to win. Yeah, I saw it. I was watching the game.
Oh, you were watching the games? I don't watch Mavericks games, so what do I know?
No, you would have loved it because KP threw up some dumb.
I heard.
You know what? Shot.
You know that's what you knew I was trolling. I just wanted to see it one more time live on the stream. I just wanted to see it live on the stream. That was all. That was all. At least what the chat said. See, MH is like, watch it. Watch it. Yeah, his contract is terrible. Tyus' contract is terrible. Yeah, I don't know, man. That trade would be so dumb. Yeah, and scenario number 1 wasn't at opening up. Brett Siegel. Just kidding, Brett, man. I appreciate your work, bro. Good stuff, man. Keep up the good work. All right. Last but not least, okay. This is the last one, Brandon. Hit the brakes or drive on past. James Harden did something Saturday that no NBA player has ever done. You want to hear that one? Or
I know he almost got a quadruple double. Let's pump the brakes.
Pump the brakes. All right. God, why is Elfrid Payton in this list? Elfrid Payton's name is lit up on here. Let's see what it is. All right. James Harden put on a show in his first game as a member of the Brooklyn Nets. After serving as a facilitator primarily to start the night, Harden finished with 14 assists in Brooklyn's 122-115 win over the Orlando Magic. As the game progressed, he started to find his offense, blah, 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 blah. You guys want to know what he did no one else has ever done. Well, how Harden worked his way to the triple-double, grabbing 10 rebounds on the night to become the first player in franchise history to log a triple-double in his Nets debut. Yeah, well, You know, I'm going to leave that one alone. Only 6 other players in NBA history have done that in their debut with a team, and that was Oscar Robertson, Nate Thurman, John Shamati, I can't say his name, whatever his name is, Lewis Lloyd, Russell Westbrook, and Elfrid Payton. Only players to ever record a triple-double in their debut game with a new team. However, none of them scored 30 points in those games, and Harden's the first ever to do that. So, hope it was worth it, Brandon. Sometimes you don't need to always hit the brakes, bro.
You know what?
Sometimes you don't always need.
She looked kind of nice. She looked kind of nice, man.
Sometimes you don't always need to hit the brakes, Brandon. Was that worth the brakes to you?
It was worth it. I never knew. Now I know.
So the point of this segment, and we're gonna do it again. I'm gonna get better articles. The point of this segment is because I love to hate on title readers. Title readers are the best. They read a headline, and then the article has nothing to do with the headline, or it's not even that interesting. So the point of this is to read the headline, and then Brandon will decide whether we think it's worthy enough to go in or whether it's not. And we learned that not everything is worthy. Not everything is worthy. Like I don't care about James Harden scoring a 30-point triple-double. Like, cool, I guess.
I do. That's dope. That's interesting.
I can't with you. Malik's crying because he didn't even want to hear it.
Malik, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry that we forced you to listen to that, Malik. I'm so sorry. Anyways, where to center? Anyways, all right. Anyways, this is the end of the show, y'all. We made it. We had another fun episode here today. Malik is very upset. I'm so sorry if you're crying baby in the background. But Malik is pissed off. But nonetheless, we had another good episode. We talked about James Harden.
He's mad, bro.
Yeah, he's upset. He's very upset. Yeah, mommy's running around. It's craziness out here. Anyways, real talk. We had a good time today in today's episode, even though it started off really sad because of the unfortunate reality of my what's it called? What's this team? New Orleans Saints. Damn, Malik, mommy, what is going? Help him. Give him a hug. What's going on?
Love him. Come on.
Yeah, the chat is worried. Is he okay? No, he's good now. Anyways, all right. Malik is fine. He's a cuddle bug. He needs the cuddles. He's like, what's up, Dad? What's up, dude? He's mad mommy didn't have you. Anyways, y'all, appreciate you guys for coming for this episode of Coast to Coast episode 6. We had a good time. New segment that we're gonna bring back next week, and Brandon's gonna learn that he don't need to turn around and check out every chick every time he sees something that he thinks he likes. We're gonna learn that in future episode.
We can do these things.
But you know what it is. If you haven't already, please go subscribe to my man B Wars channel, Wars World. Link is in the description below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, CK2K, you know what it is. CK Hoops, CK TV, whatever it may be. Listen to the audio only version on everywhere you find a podcast. We're out of here. PlayStation's on the way. No cap, hopefully. We'll see. All right, y'all. Much love.
Wait for the 2K game.
Live stream tomorrow. Wednesday night Knicks coming to a Monday. MLK Knicks, baby. See you guys tomorrow. We out. Bye.
Latest. Help Malik.